All right, the night game. Tennessee Titans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Like it's 1999 all over again. Titans and Jags playing for the playoffs. Didn't go well in 99, Sam. Didn't go well with my 99 Jags. All three of their losses that year came to the Titans. That was rough.
Well, the Titans were on their way there to 1 yard short, right?
They were going to be 1 yard short in the Super Bowl against the Rams. The Jags would have taken out Kurt Warner's Rams, though. They would have.
The Jags would have taken it out.
Great defense. All right, I don't want to think back to it. But Josh Dobbs. The funny thing is I'm writing my notes throughout the week. We got Josh Dobbs playing for a playoff spot. You got Skylar Thompson playing for a playoff spot. You have Brock Purdy playing for the number 1 seed, as we all predicted back in August. But yeah, Josh Dobbs is officially getting the start for the Titans. Jags are favored by 6 here at home in this Saturday night primetime game. AFC South is on the line here.
Yeah, I'm curious, first of all, like what is Trevor Lawrence going to do against this Tennessee defense, which is generally massively outperformed, I think, the talent level on it. But the other thing is that Titans offensive line is awful. It's absolutely collapsed. It's the worst offensive line in the NFL over the year. It's the worst offensive line in the NFL right now. The last time they played, and there's a lot of those games this week, right? Because it's division weekend, the way the NFL does that.
Last time we played,
Yeah, so we have a whole load of these games where it's, last time these two teams met. The last time these two teams met, Trayvon Walker had one of his best games, made an impact play. If that Jags defense is able to just overwhelm Tennessee's offensive line, man, it's really tough to see how Josh Dobbs is going to make this happen on his own.
Yeah, so Dobbs played last week against the Cowboys. He was in the building for only about 10 days to that point. They did create some chunk plays against that Cowboys defense, and overall the pass game was certainly more effective than it was with Malik Willis under center. You sent me something the other day. Was it a Malik Willis bet that you couldn't figure out?
Yeah,
that we made.
I had something.
I'm going to double down on it in this game.
I had a reminder set on my calendar. Still have, in fact, for this Sunday after the final week of games, and I can't decipher what it was. It simply says Malik Willis U40, which I assume means under 40 snaps as quote package, non-quarterback / non-garbage time, I think. I still can't work out quite what that actually means, but I assume it was some bet that the two of us had way back in like preseason or week 1.
Yeah, almost certainly. It was me saying, absolutely the Titans are going to have a package from Malik Willis. I know this for sure. They're going to do it. They're going to mix it up. I don't know how many snaps. Would they end up with like 10 snaps of him? Usually at wide receiver, usually some kind of botched handoff with him and Tannehill. It didn't go well.
Right.
So I think I'll lose that bet as well.
Well, that's a shocking turn.
But I'm going to double down in this game.
You think it's going to happen this game?
This is the game they're going to use Malik Willis as a runner to mix things up. Everything's on the line here. The playoffs are on the line. Are you going to fully trust Josh Dobbs? Even though he ran the offense effectively, made some really good throws the other day. Also had a few bad ones in there. Should have had a pick 6 that he threw to Trevon Diggs that got dropped. So, yeah, it's a little boom or bust for this Tennessee Titans offense. I think they got to pull it all out in this game.
Yeah, you're definitely under 40 snaps over the course of the year in that particular.
Yeah, how many snaps did he have in his non-starts?
Like a handful.
Yeah,
not 40.
Many.
Not 40.
So maybe in this game with Dobbs, they'll try.
You're on quite the streak of bets this year, to the point where you even removed a winning bet from your slate with the Brandon Graham thing.
Yeah, what a year.
Really is.
Just throw 2022
phenomenal
right out the window here. Throw it out the window. So the winner gets the 4 seed, of course. That would be the AFC South. It would be. There's no rooting interest here or whatever, but it would be fascinating to see Trevor Lawrence in the playoffs, wouldn't it? Trevor Lawrence, the way he's playing, hot, being hot and playing great down the stretch here. And week 1, likely against Justin Herbert and the Chargers, could be against the Ravens with or without Lamar Jackson. Either way, the Jags are on a run here. And speaking of the Ravens, like the Jags are only in this spot because they made a miraculous fourth quarter comeback against the Ravens. It's one of those runs where you're going to look back and say the Jags needed some things to break their way, some incredible late game performances against the Raiders and against the Ravens to get to this point. But I think they are there because that was the step that Trevor Lawrence made in the second half of the season. He became their alpha number 1, their legit elite-ish type of quarterback, and future's bright in Jacksonville. Now it's okay. Season's on the line. Division game. Is Trevor Lawrence going to step up here in crunch time?
The AFC, I think, potentially in the playoffs could be extremely fun, because the teams that are getting in or look like they're going to get in from a wild card standpoint all bring something to the table that you can picture. You can paint a picture where they go toe to toe with those top seeds that we're talking about. So whether it's Trevor Lawrence playing as well as any quarterback since like week 8, whether it's Justin Herbert bringing the special ability that he has to the table, Lamar Jackson if he's back for Baltimore, how unique that offense is. Even if Miami get in, like if Tua's healthy and that offense is cooking the way it was cooking earlier in the season, like Miami can scare anybody as well. So the AFC playoff picture has the potential to be just spectacular.
Now, let's not underrate the Titans in this one, right? So it's a 6-point spread, and that's effectively because the Titans offense hasn't been great all season other than in the red zone. And of course, they're missing their starting quarterback. But the injured players for Tennessee, especially Denico Autry's been back. All the guys that were rested last week, Jeffrey Simmons, Christian Fulton, Amani Hooker, they're all officially questionable, but it seems like they're gonna go in this game. I think the Titans, I'm not saying they're going to be full strength defensively, but they'll have a lot of their players back. So I think it's going to be a good battle. The Jags beat the Titans pretty handily in their last matchup, pulled away in the second half. So we'll see if they can carry that over. But what do you think, man? 6 points here.
I like Jacksonville to cover that, even though you do as well, which worries me.
Yeah. Jags by 6. Again, I was impressed by Dobbs, but it's through this lens of with the team for 10 days. And
it's like that went better than I was expecting it to.
Yeah.
Still didn't exactly go well.
And he executed some pass concepts, right? The expectations were low, but we're still talking Dobbs versus Lawrence head-to-head. I hope it comes down to some kind of final drive or something dramatic, but I think the Jags are too good. Keep an eye on Travis Etienne as well. Another big play, 62-yarder last week. Number 1 in rushing yards over expectations by certain measures. So the Jags are turning into a big play offense, almost like the late 90s.
Stop.